Hi everyone, welcome back to the podcast and happy Saturday. I am currently not in town, so this video is being recorded a few days ahead. So I'm sorry for that, but Dhana is very much in town, so you can reach out to Dhana on Instagram and harass him as much as you want. Do harass him and ask him all kinds of questions and ask him for all kinds of clarifications. I'm sure he'll oblige and answer them. Once I'm back in town, I'll record another one with Dhana and we'll be back on track. But till then, there was an interesting topic which me and Dhana were talking about off camera, which I thought would be of value to you. We always talk about companies turning in value. So Dhana had an interesting question. What was that question you had, Dhana?
Sir, today I'm going to analyze about the Natco, sir.
Natco.
So it was an in-depth analysis of fundamental right now.
Yes.
So what was
analyze away?
Yes, sir. I'm already analyzed. So my question is right now. It was right now. Natco is in a diamond needle
in your book. Okay.
Because
which is a fair statement to me.
Yes, sir.
Let me say that's a fair statement. Because why?
Because of the prices, sir. We are at the stage of consideration. It was around 500 to 600, and it again pulled back to the 1000. That time also, even it was cheaper. So that time also we are considering. But right now, it also
it's gone way up.
Gone way up.
Yes. In the last few cycles of trade, even when the market was down, Natco has been up. And up 2-3%. So how much has it been up since when we were looking at it? Almost 50%?
50% up, sir.
50% up, which is fair enough. And if you look at the PE, what we were looking back then, from now it's gone to almost 20. And all the pharma companies are at 20.
At 20.
Yeah, so it has reached. That's your feeling.
Yes, sir. Because at the time of 500 to 1000, it was around 15 to 16.
So let me ask another question. So why do you think Natco price has gone up? You think it's because market has warmed up to Natco and realized there's value there, watched our videos, and Mr. Market has seen Anand's videos, our videos, and said, these boys are right. This company is undervalued compared to other farmers.
Maybe that is also one reason, but what are that analysis people also make and the viewers also make in our channel? So the same way in all over the world also, I think analyzed. It was also undervalued like that. So many of them are entered into the Natco. So if once they are buying, then the price will be settled. Like if one buying, another one selling, the price will be fixed. If everyone was keep buying and no one was asked to be sold, so it was increased. So people are a lot of engaged into the stock.
This is a very common mistake even I used to make as a beginner investor. And you Gen Z people are very enthusiastic. I'm happy about it. And you're right. When you look at it just on the surface, without really looking deep into it, if you look at it in the surface, saying Natco used to be, like you said, 600, 700 rupees, then we've been buying, now it's gone up. And if you take that number EPS from then or PE from then and you calculate to now, it is almost at 20. So it has become, sir, you're right, that market has taken Natco into favor. Yes, FIs are heavily buying. Yes. But there is a small mistake in this. And I've also learned this the hard way. Because there's two parts to an equation, right?
Okay.
PE is price divided by
earnings.
Natco's results have recently unaudited results have been coming out. So the actual numerator changes, the denominator can also change.
Okay.
Meaning if the price is changing the earnings can also change. And as a new investor, this is something I never used to pay attention to.
Okay.
And this is where your mistake is. Because as price is moving, you should also see if earnings is also moving.
I was a beginner, I only see the numerator or denominator. They're seeing only thing.
Correct. Because, for example, they used to say the Nifty was overvalued. When Nifty was at, let's say, 18,000.
Okay.
And everyone used to say it's overvalued. It should come down to 12,000. Then only it is a historic medium. So when it from 18 to 20 to 22, I was thinking, man, this is never going to come down to 12,000. The problem was the earnings of the Nifty stock, right? Nifty 50's earning was also growing. So the PE actually was not changing.
Okay, correct, sir.
Correct. So I didn't think till I looked at the earnings suddenly and I was like, oh my God, earnings is also going up. That is why the stock market is also going up.
The mistake I have been made also this. because I only see the P ratio has been increased, so I define myself it was under the diamond needle. But right now, sir has been told we need to also see the denominator also. It was a EPS, so I was not looking at that. That also been increasing, but I see that I'm not merging the both
Correct.
in the.
But there's good news in this. The good news I'll come to now. Okay, now you thought it became diamond. So
Yes, sir.
because it's become a diamond, you can't think of considering it. But now that you know the trailing 12-month EPS of Natco has gone up by 15%, 16%. That explains why the price is going up. The PE is actually, if you put the trailing EPS into it, the actual PE of Natco is not 20, it is closer to 15.
It's closer to right now 15.
Yeah. So which is closer to the number it was in May, June.
Correct.
So now Natco is still something you should be considering. This is why I say, I've been telling you in these videos and I tell everybody in the videos, don't buy on price, buy on PE. And make sure your PE number is correct. If you rely on things like screener and you feel lazy to calculate, and you rely on money control to calculate, they will also update. Screener will update. But they may update in a few days. But you will miss an opportunity today because you thought it's expensive. Only 3 days later to see it is not expensive. That it was cheap. You would have missed the 2-3% of growth in your stock if you bought it. So this is why I keep saying PE is a gold standard. For beginners, immediately our experts will come and they'll spit fire on us. Okay?
PE is not a.
We are not talking to experts here. We are talking to pure beginners like me and
Mainly
Dhana
for
here.
Gen Z.
Yes, Gen Zs. Because this is a fundamental mistake new investors, Gen Z investors make. Because we fixate on price. We worry about price and we don't pay attention to is there value in that price.
Correct,
Right?
sir. We are not giving the value.
When you see the value, then you buy. So Natco still has tremendous value. If you see, especially when earnings are growing at 15-20%, that means it is fantastic. The company is still growing very well and is still earning very well with all the US FDA, some factory visit, all the bad news that came. They're still managing to make medicine. They're still exporting to all the regions around the world. And they're still growing. So this potential in Natco is still very much there. So it does not become a diamond
needle right now also.
Yes, that is the good news for you.
Correct, sir. So right now another question also appears, sir. Now you are telling that trailing. So the trailing, so those who are all the expert in the fundamentals, they are also can able to reach the equations and then they are matched up and then they have the finalized value. They can understand. But if you are a beginner, we only use the tools like Screener and the other platforms only.
So this is why it's important to follow the news. Because in news, they'll say things which is the most boring for you guys in Gen Z. They'll say, Dr. Reddy is giving its results tomorrow.
Okay.
Natco is giving its results day after tomorrow. In that result, they'll tell you, if you open that letter and see, it will be written. You can put it on the screen now. Because I will share it with you. You can put it on the screen now. You will see earnings per share written there. And it will show you which quarter it is, how much it's grown, tell you the number.
Sometimes also holding the Natco, they are also mailed to us.
Correct.
That result also mailed to us.
Yes, you get it even before the...
Yes, sir.
So you get
Even
it the
before
same time
the
the reporter comes. Because the reporter gets it the same time you. Then he has to write the story and he has to publish it. By the time he does it, you would have read it already.
Correct.
So this is the news you should be reading. Not if the CEO has bought a jet plane or, it's all important.
That's also important. That's a side part.
Yes. But how the company is performing is very critical. Right? Gossip is important. But facts also matter. So focus on facts first, then read the rest of the
Once
news.
We have analyzed the promoter is good, then the promoter is not an issue. Because once we have the trust on the promoter, then we can leave the part away and then we are looking into again the fundamentals.
Correct. So the fundamentals keep always changing. And the way the fundamentals changes, you should read the audited report which is published and is given and it's approved. What you should not get carried away and read is something known as forward earnings, future earnings.
Okay.
So some analysts...
So that is like a speculation.
Yeah, that is where speculation. Because some analysts will look and he'll tell, see, last year they did this, now they're trailing this. That means next year, this time, they would have gone by 20% more. So the price should be at 3,000.
So that is a speculation.
That is speculation. There's no guarantee that tomorrow, next year, Natco will perform.
Correct.
Maybe the year after that it will perform. But this is to keep in mind what speculation is. TTM is not speculation.
What was that?
TTM, trailing 12-month,
Okay.
right? But what is speculation is future earnings. When you say future earnings, that becomes speculation.
Correct.
Right? So keep this in mind. This applies for all companies.
All the costs.
Yeah. So any companies in your list, right, your so-called Dhana's Patas list,
Dhana's Patas list.
which you're reviewing, which you're thinking it's become too expensive, make sure the data which you have your analysis on, it's current and fresh and new.
Okay.
That you're not reading some old information and thinking,
oh, it was too tough.
Correct. So this is the same is true with the Nifty 50. So if you look at the Nifty PE ratio, you'll know the earnings of Nifty.
Correct,
and you can see how
screen also they are providing.
You can see, you can see how the Nifty earnings has been changing. Based on that, the P keeps changing, and that's why Nifty also goes like this, up and down.
Correct, sir. Correct.
Understood?
Understood, sir.
Anyway,
main conclusion I have been cut from this video is, if you are looking at the stock, looking at the fundamentals, the basic thing is P and EPS also the same thing. So if you are putting as P as a numerator and EPS as a denominator, we need to look
price
both.
Is numerator.
Price is numerator. And
denominator is EPS.
Denominator is EPS. So
price by earnings.
Price by earnings. We need to look at the both things. If we are looking at the both things, then only we can analyze the right now what was the fundamental.
Correct. The value can only be assessed by looking at price to earnings. Correct.
What are the charts we are using, like screeners, both of things, they will be updated in later. But we need to understand right now what was the company as a potential and what is the company fundamentals. If we need to understand, like, this is a simple way. P and EPS divided by EPS. We can apply that in our calculation. It will be easier way.
Correct.
If the P also moving, EPS also keep increasing, P ratio, it's not a matter. Just we can divide the both things. We can understand it easily.
Correct. And sometimes it will help you understand why a company price is going up or why it's coming down. So I hope you guys found this video informative and interesting on a Saturday morning. I hope it kind of gave you some food for thought on Monday to see where Natco is, and if you should be considering like how Dhana is considering it now. Because Dhana's reclassified it from a diamond needle to a regular old needle. So Dhana might look at it again with this different coffee.
Correct.
Yeah. So if you like this video, please do like it and comment below, and do share it with your friends and family who may find this video informative and interesting and entertaining. Your comments help us promote this channel. Your likes also help us promote Dhana. Do go to Instagram, give him a like there, give him a follow there. Do ask your questions there. He does respond to these questions more than I do, because he has more time in his hand than I do. So it'll be great, because he'll get back to me and tell me, sir, they have been asking about this or that, and we will try and get you another video on this of your interest. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you.
Thank you.